Have you ever wondered if there are chapters of human history that have been completely lost to time? What if a single, forgotten group of people held the key to some of humanity's greatest leaps forward? Today, we're embarking on a journey to uncover the story of a lost tribe that might have secretly changed the course of our history. Imagine a world thousands of years ago, a time when civilizations were just beginning to blossom. Most groups were nomadic, following herds and seasons. But what if one tribe decided to do things differently? What if they settled in a place thought to be uninhabitable, a secluded, resource-rich valley hidden by impassable mountains and treacherous rivers? This isn't just a fantasy. Archaeological clues may us to believe such a group might have existed. Let's call them the Sylvan, the people of the forest. For centuries, the Sylvan would have developed in complete isolation. Free from the constant threat of war and invasion, their society could focus inward. Their energy wasn't spent on defense, but on observation, innovation, and understanding the world around them. Think of them as the world's first dedicated research and development team. What kind of knowledge could they have unlocked? Let's start with agriculture. While other cultures were still struggling with basic crop cultivation, the Sylvan could have been mastering advanced techniques. They might have understood crop rotation, cross-pollination, and natural pest control thousands of years before history says we did. They could have domesticated plants that we still consider wild today, creating superfoods that fueled their intellectual growth. Evidence of pollen from selectively bred, non-native plants found in isolated sediment layers hints at this possibility. Their isolation would have also made them masters of a different kind of science. Without access to metals like bronze or iron, they would have turned to organic chemistry. Imagine them creating incredibly strong, lightweight building materials from a mixture of wood pulp, plant resins, and spider silk. They might have developed potent herbal medicines, anesthetics, and antiseptics from the unique flora in their valley. Archaeobotanists have discovered traces of complex chemical compounds on ancient pottery shards in regions neighboring these hypothetical valleys, compounds that have no known natural source. Now, here's where it gets truly fascinating. A society this advanced couldn't stay hidden forever. Eventually, whether by choice or by chance, they would have made contact with the outside world. But they wouldn't have come as conquerors. Their power wasn't in weapons, but in knowledge. Picture this: a small group of Sylvan emissaries, traders, roopers to blend in, travel to a burgeoning nearby civilization, let's say ancient Sumeria or the Indus Valley. They see people struggling to feed their growing populations. Instead of offering gold, they offer a handful of seeds, genetically superior grains that can yield 10 times the harvest. They don't explain the science, they just show the results to the locals. It would seem like magic, a gift from the gods. This is what we call a knowledge catalyst event. A small piece of advanced information is introduced into a less advanced society, sparking a massive, seemingly spontaneous leap forward. Suddenly, this civilization experiences an agricultural revolution. With food surpluses, Jejich population explodes. People are freed up from farming to become artisans, priests, soldiers, and builders. Cities rise from the dust, and the very first empires are born, all because of a few seeds from a hidden tribe. Let's follow this thread. The same Sylvan traders might have journeyed to region where people were building simple mud huts. They might have shared a basic formula for their kind of concrete, a simple mixture of volcanic ash, lime, and water. They wouldn't build the temples for them, but they'd plant the seed of architectural innovation. Decades later, travelers would be stunned to find monumental structures rising in a place that previously had none. Historians would call it an architectural mystery, but the origin could trace back to that single quiet exchange of information. Think about the spread of ideas. We often see complex concepts, like a specific type of celestial calendar or a unique mathematical principle, appearing in geographically distant and unconnected cultures at roughly the same time. We call it simultaneous invention, but what if it wasn't? What if it was a carefully orchestrated, subtle dissemination of knowledge by the Sylvan? They wouldn't be teaching a full curriculum. They'd just introduce a key concept, a foundational idea, and let the local culture build upon it in their own unique way. This explains why the core idea is the same, but the cultural expression of its art, the mythology, the application is different in each place. Why would they do this? Why share their secrets? Perhaps it was a social experiment. Or maybe they saw the rest of humanity as distant, struggling cousins. They might have believed that by gently guiding our development, they could prevent us from making catastrophic mistakes. They weren't seeking power or recognition. In fact, their survival depended on remaining anonymous. Their greatest strength was being the whisper in the background of history, the unseen hand that nudged humanity onto a different path. This theory also explains why they disappeared. They never truly disappeared because they were never really there in the first place, not in the historical records. Their influence was like a phantom, leaving behind effects but no direct trace of the cause. The civilizations they helped would, in time, claim these innovations as their own. The memory of the strange, knowledgeable visitors would fade into myth and legend, becoming stories of culture heroes or wise gods who came from a sacred mountain or a mythical garden. Eventually, their secluded valley may have been destroyed by a natural disaster, a volcanic eruption, an earthquake or a flood, or perhaps, after seeing the empires they helped create turn to war and conquest, they simply decided their experiment was over. They may have retreated back into total isolation or even left the planet, depending on how far you want to take the theory. But what they left behind was a changed world. So, the next time you read about a sudden, unexplained leap in ancient technology, or a golden age that seems to appear out of nowhere, ask yourself, was it a stroke of local genius, or was it the echo of a lost tribe? A tribe of scientists, gardeners, and quiet teachers who saw the bigger picture. A tribe that chose not to rule the world, but to nurture it. The Sylvan may be lost to history, but their legacy is all around us. It's in the bread we eat, the buildings we admire, and the very foundations of our civilization. They are the greatest unsung heroes of our collective story. What do you think? Could a single, isolated group have had such a profound impact? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this journey into the what-ifs of history, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the world's greatest mysteries. Thanks for watching.